What's going on, everybody? Sean Pierce Johnson here with this episode of Stompbox Saturday, and I am very, very proud to be bringing to you all the NITRO Distortion from my good friend Jay in the Philippines and his company, Pedal Pimps Audio. Yes, Pedal Pimps Audio. I love the name. I don't know. I just like it, okay? We can keep all the, classless thoughts aside for a second and just appreciate the fact that this thing sounds really, really great. Jay contacted me many months ago, probably back in, probably the summertime, and was telling me all about this distortion pedal and these pedals that he was building and really working on. Him and his buddy Tim are the guys who are the brains and the muscle behind Pedal Pimps Audio. And I gotta tell you, man, all the hard work has really paid off. The NITRO is a really great sounding, high gain distortion pedal that, well, much like the man that bears his presence on my shirt, it is definitely strong, and it definitely knees you right in the face, and it's in a good way. So let's take a look at it. It's a pretty simple pedal to operate, and thank God I don't need any more just complicated pedals in my life. We have knobs for gain and volume, 3-band EQ with bass, mid, and treble, and a toggle switch which selects 2 different clipping modes. And the clipping modes are really intriguing. The top position, what you heard at the beginning of the video, is a combination of a blue LED and germanium, which I think sounds really rad and really raspy and unlike anything that I've heard for some time in a high-gain distortion pedal. The bottom position is a symmetrical silicone diode clipping. What all that component jargon means is really not anything to me. It's more just how it sounds. So we're going to explore just how cool the NITRO sounds today. You are going to be hearing the same old trusty Les Paul into the orange rocker verb with the NITRO in between. So what we're going to do before we get started dialing in any sounds is we're going to take all the tone control knobs and the gain knob, put them all at noon, and check out the kind of range that we have with the knobs. Now starting out, here's my clean tone, bridge pickup. Gets a little bit gritty going into the front end. These are pretty hot pickups, but I kind of like that with distortion pedals, getting the amp just on the verge of breakup. I really like the sound of that. Okay, let's check out how much gain we have. Alright, now let's check out the EQ positions. Don't tell me when you scoop your mids you don't want to do that. Come on, we all know that we just want to chug. Okay, maybe it's just me. Whatever. lot of sizzle. A lot of sizzle right there. Alright, now let's check out the 2 gain selections. Now, the top position is going to be your Germanium LED, which sounds like this. And the bottom is your symmetrical silicone clipping. A little crunchier. Let's see how much gain we have in that position. Cool. Well, now that we see what exactly we're working with on the Nitro, let's dial in some tones. When it comes to the 2 clipping modes on the Nitro, I always find that the symmetrical is a little bit grittier. It gets you much closer to that classic British crunch that we all know and love. But that means that you can pretty much make this pedal behave exactly like one of those amplifiers. So I've dialed in something that gets me that classic crunch, say on the bridge pickup full volume. If I switch to my neck pickup, I can find the sweet spot on my volume knob and clean that up a little bit. So you get that classic trick of your full volume bridge pickup for your riff, or your solos, and then going to your neck pickup, you have a nice clean tone for quieter, more feelingful parts, meaningful parts. So if you want on the gig, you could set it up just like this. Go to the silicone mode, the down position, dial it in, something classic, maybe push the front end with a boost pedal, and, well, if you just use this as the basis for your tone, you have a dirty sound, you have a clean sound, which is pretty darn cool. So when it comes to the Nitro, I'm generally, majority of the time, 83%, let's say, I'm using the Germanium mode. I just find that whatever it is that I plug into that has Germanium transistors, it immediately speaks to me, and it immediately compels me to make music, and make music that I enjoy. So using the Germanium mode, these are the settings that I typically use whenever I use the distortion. Now I get the bulk of my clean sound from my orange or whatever amp that I happen to be playing and using the Nitro with. And when it comes time to play rhythm with high gain and take some riffs on, that's when I kick on Nitro. got a great body. There's still some good clarity. The EQ is really, really powerful. But I also like this setting equally as well for leads. Now, let's see how we can clean that sound up a little bit. You know, Germanium is typically a little woollier, and we'll see what we can get out of it when it comes to some soulful lead playing. Cleans up pretty nicely, but yeah, Germanium, that is typically where I live on this pedal. I just think it sounds great, and the combination with that and the LED is something that I've not really run into with most distortion pedals out there, especially of the high gain variety. And there you have it, my friends. That is the NITRO Distortion from Jay and Tim at Pedal Pimps Audio. Guys, thank you so much for sending me serial number 1 of your production run. Your hard work has really paid off. It sounds great. My bugaboos with this pedal, there really are very few. You know, I would think it would be nice to have the mode selection labeled, so, you know, your up position, you know exactly what sound you're getting. I just think it's one of those little details that in the hullabaloo of everyday life, you just forget. So if you're at the gig and, you know, you're like, oh, what sound is this? What do I have selected again? It'll just be a nice little cross-reference to have. And I did actually have to check with Jay a couple times on this. Now, the one thing he did recommend, and what I've done in this video, is I'm running this pedal on 18 volts, which, if you saw on the pedal, it says 9 volts. Either one will work, and he recommended checking out 18, and yeah, this thing sounds killer on 18 volts. But hey, 9 volts, it still sounds great. And if you want to let me know what you thought of the NITRO Distortion, go ahead, leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Be sure you click that subscribe button right now to never miss an episode of Stompbox Saturday. And until that next episode comes, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, and I wish you great tone and happy stomping. Cheers.